Hello, how are we? Hopefully everyone's on a fantastic day. I forgot then where I am, but hello everyone. Hopefully everyone is all good and okay. Hopefully everyone's on a fantastic Friday, whatever you are around the world. And welcome back to a match preview show. Of course, it's been a very long time since I've said that, but yes, it's Liverpool v Brighton this weekend at Anfield, 2 o'clock. And of course, the title showdown, the title run-in starts now. Of course, Sunday is a big games in the Premier League as well. And look, let me know all of you are in the comment section down below. Of course, we will speak everything about Liverpool v Brighton. We're also going to start the show talking about Ruben Amorim, of course, obviously Liverpool's number one target now to replace Jurgen Klopp next season, which again, it's hard to still say. And so on, but we'll talk a little bit about Ruben Amorim, because I think at the minute Sporting are playing and drawing 1-1 at the minute. So of course, if you're interested in that, then go and do so as well. But again, let me know all of you are in the comments down below. If you're watching on the repeat as well, let me know how you lot are as well, and yeah, all that good stuff as well. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. But big up Ozan as well. Hope you're doing well. This is live, it's not pre-recorded, not like I forgot what show it was. Was it the Europa League one? I think we did pre-recorded. No, it's live. So good evening, Ozan. Hope you're doing well, mate, as well. But get straight onto it then. Let's go on to tonight's show, and let's speak about Ruben Amorim. Of course, Fabrizio Romano, as you can see on your screen right now, saying that Ruben Amorim remains the main name on Liverpool's list as new head coach, not the only one, but obviously concrete option being considered. Liverpool are informed about the clause in his contract, as Sporting has already reported weeks ago. Shortlist also includes more candidates as well. So again, let me know your guys' thoughts on this as well. Of course, Ruben Amorim is the number one target for Liverpool now. Obviously, last night, Xabi Alonso name obviously got removed from the list for Liverpool, which was a shame, because of course I think many people, including myself, thought that he would have been the next Liverpool manager. It did feel right at the time, but of course, like Ruben Amorim is a top coach in that sense as well. And of course, Liverpool now look firmly interested in getting the Portuguese manager in the door at Liverpool. Of course, obviously Fabrizio Romano, no, it wasn't Fabrizio Romano, sorry, obviously Tell Football reporting as well that Liverpool could land Ruben Amorim for as little as £12.8 million, which of course contradicts the reports that he did have a £30 million release clause in his contract. I think I do believe if it was going to be around 30 million, I think if you're speaking about Nagelsmann, around that type of area for a manager. I think even Chelsea for Graham Potter back a couple of years ago now as well. So again, it looks firmly, it does look firmly strong that Liverpool are going to go and get Amorim. Of course, there's other clubs that are interested in him. Of course, I think Barcelona are interested. Obviously, Bayern Munich as well will probably be interested in him as well. So again, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments, because for me, he is the number one candidate now to go and get. Obviously, it's exciting in that sense. Nervous as well, because I think many of us had the idea that maybe Alonso would come in and take over the Liverpool squad. Obviously, thinking about it, but of course, thinking about Liverpool under Ruben Amorim again, it excites you, and of course it's a bit nervous because you don't know again who's potentially coming in the summer, or the ideas potentially that Amorim might have for Liverpool in that sense as well. So again, interesting time. But like I said last night as well, in last night's show, enjoy Jurgen Klopp while we've still got him, and of course we've got probably 12, maybe 15 games left under Jurgen Klopp as well. So again, enjoy these games, because again, it's hopefully going to be a good end to the season as well. But again, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments and all that good stuff as well. If anyone's in here, let me know your guys' thoughts at least anyway, as well. Is there anything else that I've missed from Ruben Amorim news? Let me quickly check if I have, or if I haven't. No, I've not missed anything. So again, Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comment section down below as well. But let's just get straight into the Brighton stuff. Then we'll take a look at the head-to-heads between the two teams. If I can quickly get it up by here, of course, there we go. So as you can see on screen right now, anyway, of course, Liverpool haven't beaten Brighton in the last 4 games. Of course, we've drawn and we've lost against Brighton. Of course, last time out this season, we drew 2-2. Should have realistically won that game looking back at it, but again, a very tough game against a very tough Brighton team, losing 2-1 last season in the FA Cup, losing 3-0 in the league earlier on in 2023, and of course drawing 3-3. That was De Zerbi's first game for Brighton, if I do recall correctly, and again, that was, ridiculous game in that sense. I think I was at that game as well, so again, ridiculous results under De Zerbi. Obviously, De Zerbi hasn't lost against Jurgen Klopp in that sense neither. So again, hopefully that's something on Sunday that does get changed as well. Of course, Liverpool's last win against Brighton was in March 2022 as well, 2-0 on that day as well. If I quickly scroll up as well, as you can see on the right hand side, anyway, if I can quickly find it, of course, obviously Liverpool currently sit in second on goal difference, and Brighton currently in 8th on 42 points. Of course, a win for them would put them, of course, above West Ham, potential Europa League spot, with, of course, potentially 5th becoming a Champions League spot for England as well. So again, Brighton still could get Europe, very high up in Europe as well, in that sense as well. And look, when we look at De Zerbi overall, of course, and this Brighton team, of course, De Zerbi's been linked with Liverpool. Liverpool have been linked with De Zerbi, and many people have had their thoughts on it as well. And for me, I personally don't want De Zerbi to be the next Liverpool manager. Now, I rate De Zerbi. I think De Zerbi is a very good coach, but I think his style isn't fitting of Liverpool, and that might be a bit wrong for me to say that, but I just have the feeling that he's not Liverpool in that sense. And with us, we've become so accustomed to Jurgen Klopp's system, and we've been, so adapt to a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 under Jurgen Klopp. And under De Zerbi, it would change more or less every week. Of course, when you've got the same players, you can play the same system week in, week out. Obviously, at Brighton, he's had to adapt in terms of, again, the availability of his players. Of course, obviously, there's been a few players that have been injured this season as well. You look at it, I think Brighton have had a bad record in some aspects. I think in some circumstances you've had, I think De Zerbi and Brighton went, I think, like 3 wins out of 26, which again, it's not great in that sense neither. And when you did watch that Europa League game, I watched it back, the highlights between Roma and Brighton, and it wasn't great, and you can't hide around that, because I think De Zerbi could have done something there where you could have potentially avoided losing 4-0 away from home at Roma. Of course, I know they beat Roma 1-0 at Brighton, but still, it's if they conceded maybe 1 or 2 goals less, they could have potentially advanced into the Europa League quarter-final as well. So, of course, that might be a bit of an inexperience there with De Zerbi, but again, going more on the positive side, of course, he's got massive praise from Jurgen Klopp. He's got massive praise from Pep Guardiola in that sense as well. Of course, I think many other people have praised him in the past as well. But it's also something for me where I just can't see him as the Liverpool manager. And I think as well, looking at the candidates, obviously Nagelsmann's been ruled out of the job. Obviously Alonso's got ruled out. I just think Amorim is the one for Liverpool. And I think if you're going to compare between De Zerbi and Amorim, I personally would go Amorim with it. But also in saying that, mind, and I said this on Jack's channel just now, for me, I think De Zerbi goes to Bayern Munich. If you listen to the CEOs of Bayern, I think is it Max Earp as well also spoke about him very highly. I do think De Zerbi goes to Bayern Munich in the summer, and of course Liverpool have to act very quickly on the Amorim deal because Brighton want Amorim. Amorim is a as a target for Brighton if De Zerbi was to go. So Liverpool have to be quick in that sense as well. So again, let me know your guys' thoughts on Brighton as well, because I think obviously losing Caicedo and Maka in the summer didn't help things, but I do think De Zerbi and Brighton could have helped themselves a bit more this season for the way they have played. Again, in the position they are in, that's where they should be, but I think they still could have done a bit better this season, especially in Europe. I know Roma's a tough tie, but I think they should have beat Roma. Looking at the two teams anyway, but Scotson as well saying when you look at all the Amorim stuff, it makes you concerned if we don't get him. Yeah, 100%. I think I just said this now. I think that it's, who else could it probably be for Liverpool if it's not Amorim, then who else could it be? Because it doesn't look like it's going to be Nagelsmann, doesn't look like it's going to be De Zerbi, even though we are, we're massive admirers of him. So who would you get? And there isn't many people out there that could be the case for that. So again, Liverpool have to act quickly and hopefully get Amorim on board as well, because I think they're drawing 1-1 at the minute. So again, hopefully he does win that as well. But we can't afford to drop points on Sunday. No, we can't, Alzan, 100%. De Zerbi's Brighton so inconsistent. Yeah, they are this season. Of course, injuries will massively impact on that, but still, I would agree. You look at the circumstances around it as well, where they should be doing a bit better here and there potentially as well. So again, I would fully agree with that. But Bayern will probs get Hansi Flick back, as well as Bread Machine. Well, they are linked with Nagelsmann again, which if they got Nagelsmann back, that's so embarrassing from Bayern Munich. And especially again, obviously the likes of Plintenberg and Christian Falk, of course, will have their insiders in terms of being in Bayern Munich. But for me, then especially the German journalists have been embarrassed by this, because they were so confident that Xabi Alonso was going to be leaving Bayern Munich, Bayer Leverkusen for Bayern Munich, in that sense as well. And look, I've seen plenty of people on social media go, oh, why would he stay at Leverkusen when the Liverpool job is available and this, that, and the other? But on a less selfish point, it's probably for the best for Alonso, because you'll have another year at Leverkusen where he could potentially win the league back to back, and then he also has Champions League football next season. There's a Real Madrid job potentially available in a year's time. For me, he now goes to Madrid in a year's time. I can't see anything else than that for Alonso. But again, as long as Liverpool get the right person in the door, i.e. Amorim, then hopefully in a year's time we'll be speaking about Amorim building something special at Liverpool. Fingers crossed anyway. But of course, obviously time will tell with that as well. But yeah, if they do go to Bayern Munich, it would be ridiculous. But Marco Rose is a good manager. He outperformed Madrid in 2 legs. Of course, I think Leipzig manager. Definitely one up there. I think, again, I can't remember who was on the comparison list to Jurgen Klopp, but Liverpool want to go in a different direction than that as well. So who knows? But Mike Red said, do you think Alonso will come back in 2 years? No. I don't think Alonso will ever get the Liverpool job. No. Maybe in 10 years' time, maybe we might be speaking about Alonso being the Liverpool manager. But for me, his next club will be Madrid now, and it won't be Liverpool. And the Liverpool job might never come around ever again for Alonso. But yeah, I don't think Alonso will go to Madrid in a year's time. Anyway, that's my thought process. Who do you think is next? Amorim. I do think Ruben Amorim is the next Liverpool manager. Anyway, but speaking more on Liverpool, of course, obviously Jurgen Klopp at the press conference today. Injuries wise, of course, good news. Ibu's back. Curtis Jones is training. I'm trying to think. Trent should be back for Man United, which is great. Jota the same with that as well. Mo is back. Darwin's available. So Liverpool pretty good going into the Brighton game. Obviously, few worries with Robbo. Robbo seems to be okay, not for the Brighton game, but potentially for Sheffield United, potentially as well. Obviously, he spoke in depth about Stefan Bajcetic as well. He'll be back in training with the under-21s next week, which means he's probably 2, maybe 3 weeks away from being in team training, which is great news. Of course, from him being out for the season. I think the big one, though, is Alisson. Obviously, Ali, still mixed news on that. Obviously, I think for some people had a tour of the AXA training ground and obviously got to meet Jurgen and speak about injuries. Jurgen did say about 2 to 3 weeks, and he should be back in training, which is good news. Maybe Man United might be too short. Maybe it might be after that as well. But at the minute, Keller is doing a very decent job in that sense as well. But it's great news, the fact that we've got key players returning in key games coming up. Of course, we've got Brighton, which is a huge game on Sunday. We've got Sheffield United on Thursday. And then, of course, you've got Man United away. You've got Europa League coming up. Again, having the availability of a Trent, of a Diogo Jota is huge. And it is huge for the title race and for the Europa League as well. It's a big thing to have those players back. And I think Jurgen speaking in light today in terms of, again, them being back and how crucial they are for us to be back as well. I think it's great news. The fact that they will be back, hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, obviously touch wood, of course, as well. But he did also speak about, obviously, De Zerbi, and speaking about how much of a good manager he is in that sense as well. So, again, Jurgen won't treat Brighton lightly, if you get what I mean. Of course, he will treat Brighton as a threat because they are, as I just showed you just now, it's very much the case of Liverpool will, or at least Jurgen will prepare the boys for a tough game because earlier on in the season, like I said, we should have won that game. I think it was 2 mistakes, I think it was, if my memory is correct. Again, and we walked away with a draw. But now it is obviously we're going to have a video tomorrow speaking more about the title race and taking a look at Arsenal, taking a look at City as well. But for Liverpool, tomorrow is huge because we can, we're going to have obviously, one thing I will say as well, chat as well, I've just seen Red Machine saying Diaz versus Milner. Get your score predictions in and get your starting 11 predictions in as well, because I want to know everyone's starting lineup predictions as well. But for Liverpool tomorrow, for Sunday, sorry, it's huge in the sense of, again, we play first. We will have the advantage on Sunday if you kind of make it an advantage in terms of we play first. Obviously, if we win, we're 3 points clear at the top of the Premier League, puts pressure on City, puts pressure on Arsenal. And that's the way it's going to go until, the end of the season. And I think Carragher said it right. I think they did the overlap. And I think Carragher and Neville said it, perfectly right. A team this season will only have to get 90 points. So for us and City, you can only drop to 4 points from now until the end of the season. For Arsenal, it depends on, of course, Sunday as well. But Arsenal have the tougher away. For me, I think Arsenal have the toughest games or the toughest run-in. I think it's City. No, it's Arsenal, City, then us. I think in terms of on paper. But you look at it overall, all of us don't have an easy run-in from now until the end of the season. And the one team that pops up quite a lot from now until the end of the season for all 3 teams is Spurs. Spurs will have a massive impact on who wins the Premier League this season. Listening to Spurs fans, they want to stop Arsenal no matter what, so they don't care if it's City or Liverpool. But again, they want to stop Arsenal no matter what. And for us, of course, obviously the away games, obviously away to United, away to Everton as well. Crucial games where normally we draw away from home. Of course, Everton away is always a draw for some reason, but still we have to win these games. I think Liverpool can afford to drop points in one game. And again, only one game. And I don't mean lose, I mean draw. Liverpool have to stay unbeaten from now until the end of the season to win the Premier League. Simple as. If we win all the games, then perfect. But Liverpool have to be unbeaten from now until the end of the season. And we've seen the reaction from the Arsenal defeat in the league. We've seen, I think we went 12 games unbeaten in that space of time. We've seen the reaction from then. Hopefully we see the same coming off the international break, and of course coming off a defeat against Man United in the FA Cup. Hopefully we do see Liverpool then steamroll everyone and go and win the Premier League. That's the hopeful dream, of course, but again, we'll have to wait and see anyway. But again, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. What else do we have? Talia Albin, Liverpool must get this league 100%. Gary, 1,000% on that. Just got to keep going for the points and hope everyone messes up. Yeah, 100%. A draw would be perfect for Liverpool on Sunday between Arsenal and City. It would be. But yeah, Lucho against James Milner. That should be fun, shouldn't it? How do you think we will contract De Zerbi's pressing tactics tomorrow, Connor? Obviously, Sunday, I think you mean. Yes, you said Sunday there. I think we'll just play our own game, because De Zerbi likes to play, out the back. We know Liverpool can easily sit back and counter-attack. I think we should do it a lot more, because I think defensively we can take a punch and then go and deliver the punch down the opposite end as well. But I just think it's an interesting concept, isn't it? Because again, you've got the availability there. You've got Diaz, who's quick. You've got Darwin, who's quick. You've got Mo's quick. Liverpool can absorb pressure and then quickly go. But we don't do it very often. Also, we like to control games, certainly in Anfield as well. So for me, tomorrow or Sunday, we've got to be alert. I think that's the best way to beat Brighton, because it's those little moments for us, especially, where we just switch off and it's like, yeah, we concede, and it's, normally we concede first as well. So hopefully we don't do that on Sunday. But we need to keep it up at the moment. Yeah, 100%. Red Machine's got Alisson, Bradley, Canate, Van Dijk, Gomez, Endo, Maka, Elliott, Diaz, Nunes, and Salah. For Red Machine's start 11. Mark saying Arsenal winning would be the better outcome. I don't think it would, a City or a draw would be perfect for Liverpool. I know everyone goes, oh, it's City and this, that, and the other. But, you look at Arsenal. Arsenal are, probably they are the informed team, I think, at the minute. So, look, they will have plenty to go at City. But again, the midfield battle will be the huge battle in that game. Same with our game. Look at the second half. We should have won that game. But yeah, it's just frustrating that we didn't win it. Keller, Bradley, Canate, Van Dijk, Gomez, Elliott, Endo, Maka, Diaz win, Salah 5-0, and Nunes hat-trick. I love the confidence, Gary. I bloody do love the confidence, lads. As well, let me quickly scroll down. If anyone will falter, it will be Arsenal. Arsenal's won the Spurs, like they have done for the last 2 seasons, in that sense as well. But Good Friday has done everyone's brain in. Yeah, no, it has. I think because everyone thinks today's Saturday because of work, and then yeah, tomorrow is Sunday technically. That's the other thing. We need to get more goals, and we have sat back too many times. Yeah, again, these 2 games, you'd ideally like to beat Brighton 3-1, 4-1, something like that. You would love it if you could do that. And then Sheffield United on Thursday, you won 4 or 5 again. That'd be the hopeful dream that we can do that. But again, any win, like I know people will go, oh, of course, you in terms of goal difference, you'll want the goal difference up, of course. But for me, as long as it's 3 points, I don't care if it's a 1-0 win, a 2-0 win. I don't think the title will be won on goal difference this season. I think it'll be won on points. I don't think it'll be goal difference. Anyway, that's my thought anyway. But Chris going for 3-0 as well. Big up Chris, hope you're doing well. Seems a good score, yeah, 100%. Liverpool 7, Sheffield United 0, and a 4-1 win for the Brighton game. We will do a preview for Sheffield as well. Of course, it is on the channel. Of course, if you guys go on to upcoming lives that we've got on the channel, so I think if you click on the homepage on the YouTube channel, you can scroll down, and I think we've got upcoming lives videos there now, so you can see, you know, when we're going to go live and like what we're going to be live with. I think the preview shows are all up, I think, for recent games, and of course tomorrow's video speaking more about the Premier League title and you know who's going to win it in that sense as well. But Chris going, Keller, Bradley, Canate, Van Dijk, Gomez, Endo, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Salah, Nunes, and Diaz. That's my team for tomorrow as well. Best midfield, best defense you could potentially go with, and the best front three you can go with potentially. Yeah, I think all guns blazing. Of course, Ibu is fit. There was a bit of concerns about him because he wasn't in training yesterday, but he is A-OK. He is all good in that sense as well. So, again, great news, of course, having Ibu back. But still, you know, that Andy Robertson injury is always one that you go, Jesus Christ, why have you got to get injured in that sense as well? But again, hopefully not. But what's Mark saying? Need this great send-off for Klopp. Yeah, we do. And that's by winning the league. You know, again, I know we got Europa League, and I want to win Europa League as well. I want the treble. And people will stupidly go, oh, it's not the real treble. I don't give a shit. Like, I genuinely don't. I want to win the treble this season. I want to send Jurgen off the best way possible, and that is by winning the league, the Europa League, and we've already won the League Cup. You know, if we can walk away Premier League, if Jurgen can walk away Premier League champion for the second time, making it 20 for Liverpool, again, you know, what better way can you send a manager off who's given us everything? You know, and hopefully we can do that. Hopefully we can speak about it towards the back end of the season and go, you know, this is, and even past that, like 20, 30 years on in the future, where we can speak about it and we can go, look what we did. Look what, you know, the boys did. You know, nobody gave Liverpool a chance at the start of the season, and we went on and won the Premier League title. Like that's where I want. I really, really want that, because then we can shove it in everyone's faces as well and go, look what we did. Look what Jurgen did. Because for me, Jurgen Klopp then extends to one of the best managers in the Premier League. Like, obviously Ferguson, Guardiola is up there because of the amount of titles. Fergie and Pep are up there. But you're then speaking about Jurgen Klopp in Jose Mourinho era. For me, Klopp would probably go down, I'm taking biased away from it, would probably go down as the fourth best manager in Premier League history. And people go, and Arsenal fans will go, oh, Wenger, this and that. No, Jurgen Klopp would go fourth. Obviously, Mourinho third because he's won 3 Premier Leagues in that sense. But look, I don't care. As long as Liverpool win the league and Klopp wins the league, then happy days as well. Big up Doug as well, I should say. As well, I've just seen your comments. Sheffield United is the game for goal difference for me. Brighton do concede a lot away from home, but they haven't scored in the last 3 games neither. So hopefully that's a good thing as well. Thank you, Mark, for that. Doug's gone Keller, Bradley, Konza instead of Ibu, Van Dijk, Gomez, Endo, Max, Szoboszlai, Salah, Nunes, Diaz. 4-0 Liverpool statement result, in my opinion. Hopefully, Doug, I bloody hope so. That is the case as well. Mark saying 1,000,000%. Chris saying, since Klopp announced, I said we would win Carabao League and Europa League. I didn't think we would win 4 trophies. I put us to win the Europa at the start of the season. Yeah, 100%. I think, look, Liverpool are favourites for that and should be as well. But Doug is the best available team. I'm not trying to disrespect the rest of the teams in the Europa League, but Liverpool since the start of the season have been levels above everyone in Europe. Yeah, we've been a Champions League team in the Premier League, in the Europa League. Sorry, you know, there's no way, you know, wrong way of saying that in that sense neither. But Gomez is scoring the title-winning goal. It's written. He's doing the company. That's what he's going to do. He's going to slice one top bins. fingers crossed. Anyway, but we all had faith. Yeah, 100%. Did you guys see some of the Brighton away results this season? Yeah, not been the best. Hey, Doug, as well. But 3 points and a clean sheet. Can't complain about that. No, 100% not. Beat Man United 3-1, but lose to Luton 4-0 and Aston Villa 6-1. Yeah, no, not the best. Again, is weird results for them this season. But basically score early. They capitulate this again. Sorry, I do apologize, but that went completely wrong in my head. Yeah, they do capitulate. No injuries too would be great. 100%. That's the main one. For me though, chat, I'm gonna go 3-0 Liverpool. I think Brighton, again, they're a good team. Of course, they've got good players, but I think, I think as Doug said today, if Liverpool can score early and capitalize then on the momentum that an early goal would give us, or just any type of first half goal, I hope then that it can then put us through. I mean, we take advantage, not like what we did against United. Hopefully that'll be learnt from the mistakes. But for me, 3-0 Liverpool, and then hopefully that's the kickstart then towards the title. Fingers crossed. Anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna go 3-0 Liverpool. For us, score predictions, obviously players who I think is going to score. I think Darwin's going to score 2, and I think Mo's going to score 1. So 2 Darwin, Mo with the other one as well. Fingers crossed. Anyway, but we've got the best home record in the Prem. Brighton have the 12th best away record. Yeah, that should count for something as well, but it's football at the end of the day. But still, Liverpool should beat Brighton, and fingers crossed will do so as well. Anyway, but I am going to leave it there for tonight, guys. Big thank you to everyone for tuning in to the match preview. Like I said, for me, I'm going to go 3-0, hoping and fingers crossed we do get a good, a good result in that sense as well. I'm confident-ish. Of course, first game after the international breaks a bit, but still. I'm confident in the boys, and hopefully, like I said, this is the start of Liverpool going on to win the Premier League title. Fingers crossed as well anyway. But like I said, tomorrow show is all about the Premier League title. We're going to speak about Liverpool. We're going to speak about City. We're going to speak about Arsenal as well. And yeah, get your guys' thoughts. Get, if there's any rival fans, get the guys' thoughts as well. And hopefully we can have a conversation around it. Maybe I'll try and get a couple of people on as well if I can. But 4-1 scores Van Dijk, Salah, Nunes, and Welbeck for Brighton, as well as Red Machine. I hope so. Again, would be nice to get a good win on Sunday anyway. Not tomorrow. It's Sunday, not tomorrow. Gotta keep remembering that. It's Sunday, the game is anyway. But like I said, if you're new around here, guys, of course, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It very much helps out the channel as well. Share the video as well if you're in any groups as well. Get as many reds in as possible. And yeah, hopefully I will see all of you guys tomorrow for the chat about around the Premier League title race. But until then, I should say, I've been Connor from the COP Council. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Ta-ra.